thousands of years, mosaic art has played a part in everyday life of many different cultures. They have seen in architectural works, decorative items, and handcrafts. The art of mosaics have developed until today in a time where people require ease and convenience in modern-day life. However, traditional mosaic arts have shied away people because of the difficulty in making them. In 2004, Crystaline invented crystalline resin mosaics, a modern-day art media allowing artists and crafters to have ease, convenience, and flexibility in their works. Crystalline resin mosaics are very easy to use, avoiding difficulties from traditional mosaic pieces. Crystaline's specially developed double-sided tape can allow the pieces to be quickly, easily, and cleanly done. In this video, we will introduce you to our expert crystalline mosaic artist, who will show you just how easy it is to work with. We will go through the basic tools in making the mosaic art piece, as well as go over the problems you may run into and how to solve them. Now, you probably want to know how to create a beautiful mosaic art piece with crystalline. Well, let's get started. Let us introduce you to our expert mosaic artist from Crystaline. Hello.
Hello.
First, he will go over the basic tools.
First, we'll start with the Crystaline special double-sided tape in various sizes: 5mm, 10mm, 20, and 50.
Okay.
There are different sizes for different projects that you do. Then we'll go on to the cutter. Use this for just cutting the tape when you put it on. Here we have our mosaic tile nippers.
Yeah.
Small and large.
And that is to cut the...
This is to cut the mosaic tiles in half or in different shapes to fill in the gaps.
Right. Okay.
And we have two types of tweezers, depending on what you like using.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that the tweezers are to place the mosaic tiles onto.
Yeah. And here we have safety goggles for when you're clipping the tiles, so for protection, because when you clip the tiles in half, they could fly and hit you now. So always good to use these. And then we have our grout scraper for the grout.
And this is the grout.
This is the grout. This is Crystaline special grout, and it's more durable and finer than regular grout or other artist grout. And you spread it with this over the finished piece. And we have sandpaper here for when you cut off the tiles and you have some rough edges, or you can use a nail file.
Right. Okay.
Sandpaper or nail file. Here's a mixing stick for mixing the grout. And of course, pencil to do your outline with. Find a design you like, and then a marker to go over it again, so you can see it better after you put the double-sided tape over it. And then we have a sponge to clean up the product, then we have a sponge to clean up the piece after you put the grout on.
So you obviously have to wet it first, right?
Yes, put it in water and clean the grout. And we'll use these protective latex gloves so you don't get grout all over your hands. Here's a cup you can put the grout in to mix, and use this bag here for when you're clipping the mosaic tiles in half, so that it'll fly off.
Could you use any kind of container, or just a specific plastic
Any size container you can use. And here we have Crystaline Mosaic tiles in different shapes, colors, and sizes.
Oh, that's nice.
Like this. And we also have different materials here, like buttons that you can use just for different designs, and beads as well, glass beads and different colored things.
Yeah.
And different materials for different designs.
Alright, so we've seen all the basic tools we need. We might as well get started in creating an art piece. to make today?
Well, we're making a mirror frame.
Okay.
And we'll start with the tracing lines. Like this. And you can just do whatever design you like.
And this is to guide the mosaic.
Yeah, this is to start your mosaic tiles, your Crystaline Mosaic tiles, and you just make whatever design you want to start off with and go over that with marker.
Okay.
Like this.
It doesn't matter what color the marker is because...
No, it's just to help you see underneath the double-sided tape. This might not be dark enough, the pencil.
Oh, okay.
And then after you trace it with a marker so you can see it,
Yeah.
you cover it with double-sided tape. Okay.
You cover the entire surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very sticky, so you want to get it on there first time.
So you put all the double-sided tape on already?
Yeah, and you cut some lines here to help peel the tape off.
So you don't actually take all of it off at once?
It's a bit easier if you leave some on, just so when you drop pieces on there, they don't get stuck.
And so your hands don't
stuck
get
in the wrong spot.
Okay, so you do bit by bit.
There you go. And use whichever type of tweezers you like
Yeah.
for these ones.
What are you starting off with?
Have some materials here. We have some Crystaline Mosaic pieces, different colors, and you can use different things like buttons.
Okay, so putting a yellow button in the center of the arch.
And be careful to put it, when you put it down, it stays pretty good, so you can't really move it.
Okay. You're starting off with the blue.
Yeah.
Okay. Now these blue mosaic, are they marble design or?
Yes, this is one of the shades we have, one of the colors we have, and we have marble colors, we got glossy, frosted.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
Now we're going to cut some of the Crystaline Mosaic tiles.
Okay. And what's the bag for?
Make different shapes, and you're going to use this bag here so it doesn't fly off when you cut it. So just place that there in the middle like that.
Okay.
Set in the bag.
Oh, they're very easy. I expected it to be difficult.
No, it's very easy to cook these. Very easy to do. You can also cut triangle designs. Cut them in corner to corner.
Are the edges ever rough after
Yeah,
cutting them? Or?
The edges are rough sometimes, so you can just, they're rough and you can just file them down.
Right, a nail file.
Usually it's not too bad. So, make whatever design you want.
Yeah.
Got,
I like them. Yeah.
got large ones all the way down to little ones, and here we have little glass beads.
Are they glass?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically you can put absolutely anything onto
Anything you
these.
want.
That's great. So this is the last two pieces?
Yep.
Done? Wow. I love it.
So now we're gonna mix up the grout.
Okay.
So 2 parts grout and 1 part water. So about
2 parts grout, 1 part water.
So
okay.
about half the water or whatever amount of grout you use, depending on the size of your piece. If you want to do a large piece, then use quite a bit.
Okay.
So I'd say about this size. Just use a small cup.
And why is it important to wear the latex gloves again?
Just to keep your hands clean from the mess. The grout can be quite messy and can stick to your hands, but harmless.
It must dry up on your hands as well.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like coffee.
And you don't want to get any bubbles on there because when you spread it on, you want it to spread up smooth. So mix it well. Well, it's thick enough now.
Yeah.
About there. See?
It's like a creamy texture.
Yeah. And then you just put it on.
You just pour it right on top there.
Pour it right on, all the way around.
Oh, so easy.
This will also set it so it's permanent.
Sort of like a cement? Or?
Sort of like cement, yeah.
Okay.
So once you get it all on there,
Yeah.
just put some paper under there, protect the table so you don't make too much of a mess. Now we're going to take our grout spreader and spread it on like this.
Just right over the top that way.
Right over all of it, yeah.
That's quite easy.
Yep. Gotta fill in all the cracks,
Oh, I see.
all the gaps. Yeah, just take all the excess and wipe it off the edge.
Yeah. So you just got to make sure that you get it right in there.
Yeah.
And
Fill in all the cracks. So just keep spreading it on. Make sure it's on every crack, and then you're gonna want to let it dry
yeah.
for 30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
And then after about 30 minutes or 1 hour even, if it's dry enough, you start to clean it up with the sponge and water. And you don't want to let it dry in the sun because it will dry too quickly. So you can put it under the air conditioning or in front of a fan is best.
Okay, so no sunlight for the drying.
No sunlight for the drying.
Alright, well,
it would be too hot.
Since you brought it up, what other problems are there with crystalline mosaic art?
Well, some of the problems are if you have the clear pieces. You have to be very careful on the tracing when you're first starting out with the tracing or with a marker, because you'll be able to see through it. So trace very lightly.
The clear mosaics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And some of the problems may be with the grout. If you don't put enough water, it will end up cracking. If you don't mix it correctly, it will crack.
And if you put too much water, I suppose it's running then.
Yeah, then it won't fill in the spaces good.
So just make sure it's 2 parts grout and 1 part water.
That's right. Simple. Make sure you fill in all the holes on the sides too, and clean it up.
Is it dry yet?
Yeah, it's almost dry. You can fill in little holes, or if you don't press it in good enough in the cracks.
Basically your last chance to do that, right?
Yeah. After this, clean it up with a sponge.
Dip it in water.
A little bit of water.
Okay. So almost done now?
Yeah, just about. Can go ahead and take the paper off now.
It's alright to take it off?
Yeah.
Alright. Finishing it up with cleaning it with a cloth. This and stuff. Last bit. Very nice. Now that we've finished our mosaic, how else are we going to take care of it?
Well, you can't keep it in the heat or in the sunlight for too long.
Okay.
And if you want to clean it, just clean it with the dry, soft cloth.
A soft cloth, okay.
And that's it. It should last.
It should last. All right. That's amazing. I mean, with tiny little pieces of mosaic tiles, you can create something so beautiful, so amazing, such as this. We hope you've enjoyed the video and wish you all the fun with Crystaline and your family. Now we'd like to leave you with these beautiful Crystaline mosaic art pieces. It'll probably give you some good ideas in your next day off.